What is it? Anything? So she is trying to say surrender cannot happen. It's the grace of Sadguru which makes the surrender happen. Okay. So that is her understanding of life. So let me chant a sloka and repeat. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Guru is all pervading. He is there in the mountain, he is there in the river, sun, moon, plant, animals, living beings, non-living beings, everywhere Guru is present. When I say Guru, is means teaching. Okay. Is there your friend? Is there your enemy? You can learn so many things from your friend, you can learn so many things from the enemy. So ultimately, the entire world is there for us teaching. That's called Guru. Okay. So teaching continuously happens to us all the time. Throughout the day it will happen. Right? It comes as incidents in life, as challenges in life, difficulties in life. It will come. So many times we overcome and solve the problem. And all teachings are there to increase our inner strength. Suffering, challenges, everything is inner strength. So they are indirect teachings. Okay. So indirect teachings comes in the life in the form of challenges. Many times we will be able to face the challenges and overcome, then we will feel happy. Many times we are not able to face challenges and we will suffer. So teaching is there all the time. Guru is a constant bugging guy. He bugs you all the time. Every time, starting from life to death, he will bug you, and even after life, even next life also, he'll come behind you in the form of teachings from the universe, various living beings and non-living beings. Okay. So, how much we learn from these surroundings is also learning from teaching. Sometimes what happens, many times, when good things happens to us, we say, oh, I did the good, so I'm great. I feel happy. Ego gets boosted. Sometimes bad things happen to us. We start suffering and we blame somebody else for suffering. Okay. So in reality, we are not learning from what's happening in our life. Or indirect teaching is happening. Direct learning is not happening. Okay. The direct learning to happen, a clarity about what happens in our life, about life itself, you have to learn. That teaching comes from an acharya, not necessarily Sadguru. He'll try to explain what is dharma, what is karma, what is moksha, all those things he'll explain. So a framework for understanding life is required. That framework for understanding life is called Veda or Upanishad. That helps. So then what will happen, you'll be able to see what's happening in your life with a newer understanding in that sense. Understanding is happening is same, but understanding changes, shifts. Okay. And when you go to Sadguru, you start understanding that everything is for my own inner realization, Atma Dhnana. So your understanding and perspective of the whole thing changes. Situation remains same, but understanding changes. So the Guru or Sadguru, the Guru, life as a Guru teaches you indirectly. Life has no way of teaching you. Life gives you a lot of kicks in life. Right? There are kicks in life. Good things in life, you don't learn anything. Is there anything you learn from good things in life? Good things in life, you understand how great I am. Huh? That's the only thing you learn. Boost your ego. And things go out of your control, life doesn't operate as per your desire, you start getting a kick. Then immediately you start finding somebody to blame. You don't learn from that. The kicks in life is a teaching of the universe. It's a grace of God, Ishvara. Kicks are coming to your life. It is showing you your limitation. Okay. So some people, any situation in life, people either evolve or fall. I told earlier, some difficulty comes, people may collapse or may reach all spiritually. The people who collapse, things take negatively. They find somebody else to blame. Okay? When somebody else is there, there's a problem. When you understand this is there for my evolution, you start evolving. That learning happens by individual to the extent what can be possible. So some people say, I can't do anything, I give up. So you can surrender when you are helpless. A surrender happens in helplessness. It's not happens in jnana. When surrender happens in helplessness, there's still suffering. You feel I'm helpless, I'm hopeless. Okay. There's a feeling of victimhood. I'm a victim. of the circumstance. There are many things happens, right? Somebody tries to exploit you. You can't do anything. You start becoming accepting it. There's a victimhood. Deep inside, there's a suffering there. This suffering is because you become a victim of the circumstance. And there's somebody perpetuate. Okay. Now there is a surrender comes. When you understand this is a grace of Ishvara, what's happening in life for me to evolve, then this surrender is not victimhood. This surrender is a lesson in life. You start looking at the same situation with a different eyes, different perspective. Then you'll not feel victim. You feel you're becoming joyful because your strength, inner strength is growing. So this surrender is real surrender. Okay, the real surrender happens when you come into the real spiritual teaching, real Sadguru, real master. Otherwise, always indirect teaching happens in many times, many ways. And indirect teaching doesn't remove the suffering. In fact, it can increase the suffering many times. That's why Kunti, Sri Krishna asked Kunti, what boon you need? Kunti said, only boon I need is this life I have suffered from my childhood. Childhood onwards, she had even though she was a wife of a king, she had to live in the forest. Also difficulties she faced. Next life, if I am born, please give me so much of trouble in my life so that I am able to remember you. Please understand, we start evolving when there are challenges in life. When the life is comfortable, we'll never evolve. Japanese, after Second World War, Japanese work very hard, 18 hours a day. They to build the country which was devastated. The next generation of children, Japanese children, they're not at all hardworking, they're lazy because father has made the money. They're comfortable. All right. So these Japanese try to learn and evolve because they're in difficulty. The difficulties and challenges actually brings out the inner strength in us. When you get a favorable conditions, very comfortable situation, your strength doesn't come out. Okay. So that's why understand difficult situations, challenges in life, problems in life is a gift from God. It's a grace. If you are comfortable, you'll become weak inside. Does it answer your question? Yeah.
What is the real meaning of witnessing moment to moment? And when we are breathing, it is also happening moment to moment. But sometimes